Hey everybody, welcome to this edition of E-ChannelNews. Today we've got Jeannie DeWitt. She's a Senior Vice President of CPU, and they've got some really cool services that they offer MSPs, and they're doing some really good stuff for the environment. So Jeannie, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. So I saw that you guys have been around for a very, very long time in this industry, 35 years.
That is correct. Yes, 35 years.
You've seen the whole industry grow up, right?
That is
Maybe just
correct.
get your take about, could you just give me a brief history of CPU and how you guys started and where you are today?
Sure. You know what? We started as a software development company 35 years ago. And through necessity, we got into hardware from our software development, because basically what would happen is, we would put our software onto platforms that were not working very well, and everybody would point fingers at our software. So we got into hardware by necessity, and then that just blossomed through to where we are today, which is we're a national, international, actually, cloud service provider. We have 4 data centers throughout the United States. We concentrate highly on cloud. So we do services to help our MSPs or our partners to put their customers into our cloud. So we got data centers on the East Coast, West Coast, and the mid-US to kind of cover everyone. And then we also offer marketing services, sales services, migration services, everything to help any type of managed service provider to put their customers in the cloud with ease.
Very interesting. So you actually started from in the way when it was called a reseller or a dealer, and
That's
now
correct.
all the way through to a managed service provider, and
Yes.
you've obviously pivoted successfully along the way. So tell me a bit about your cloud services for MSPs. What exactly are you offering to MSPs?
So what we offer is we offer a platform for a partner or an MSP to be able to put their customers' servers. And when I say server, we convert that server, if it's an on-premise server, we convert that to a virtual machine or a VM, and we put that into our data centers. Our data centers are very large. Most of them are core site data centers, so they're $50–60 million centers, which have redundant edge routers, the internet providers, generators, and so forth that keep those systems up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We surround that that hosting service for our MSP partners, for their customers, with different services to help our MSPs to be able to offer cloud services to their customers. So again, marketing support, sales support, our support from our engineers is all in the United States. They all speak regular, normal English, so it's easy to talk to them. We don't have any type of language barriers as some cloud providers out there do. And we offer migration support. Again, it's something that we do every day. So we help our partners to migrate their customers up to our cloud. A lot of times we take care of that for them. And our partner program doesn't cost anything. It's something that, it's kind of a win-win situation for us. We support our partners support their customers, so it's completely white labeled, so their customers don't know anything about us. We just kind of are in the background helping them to be able to, again, support those cloud services for those customers that they have.
Sounds great, Jeannie. Well, I guess in a way you're sort of giving them an alternative to the public clouds. Is that
correct.
What I'm hearing?
Yep. I mean, we are competitors with Amazon, with Azure, but where we differ quite highly is we are on a smaller level. We know who our partners are. We know everything. We know who they are. We know what kind of expertise they need. We help them at a level that Microsoft and Amazon honestly could care less. So, you call in, you get level 1 technical support, you're on the call for hours trying to get to somebody that can help you. Whereas for us, it's a direct call in. We know who you are. We get you directly to somebody that can help.
So you're giving a very higher end service. What about pricing? Let's say an MSP is looking, do I go a public option or do I go with Ginny's solution? What do you say about pricing? Is it comparable?
Our pricing is actually very competitive. The majority of the time, I can actually beat pricing from the different cloud service providers. And our pricing is very simplified. If you go out to an Amazon or an Azure or any of those types of hosting centers, you get charged all sorts of things from, data coming in, data coming out, how long your servers are up, how transactions, I charge you by transactions, how many transactions you're doing on a SQL server and so forth. And we don't do that. We have flat rate pricing. So our pricing is the same every month, which helps our MSPs to be able to easily bill their customers because one price from us, they upcharge that to their customers, and they don't have to worry about that bill changing every month like it does on an Amazon or an Azure type cloud provider.
Got it. I mean, definitely, moving from if you've got clients with on-prem servers, right? Or they're using whatever data center they're using, you're able to pull that together, bring it under your umbrella, and offer a more robust type of service around that, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
And you help them to migrate everything over and all the usual stuff that goes along with that. And I'm sure you have all the other things you bake onto that, like security and backup and all that stuff, right?
Exactly. You got it.
I got it. Well,
no.
That's really interesting because especially a lot of smaller MSPs, right? They have a certain type of clients who may not be ready for the public cloud or just simply concerned about putting stuff in the public cloud, and they like to keep their data within their own colo, if you will, server and so on. So that's a service that you offer. Are there any other services beyond this that you offer MSPs in the tech space?
That's really, we do offer, Microsoft SPLA licensing, Office 365, again, the different licensing as far as, Windows Server, RD licensing, those types of things. So we can SPLA that off to our customers as well. We also offer security services and consulting services to help our MSPs to know, what they should be doing, how they should be protecting their servers from ransomware and so forth. So we consult and help them with all those types of situations, and we help them with products to be able to help their customers.
Like an MSP for MSPs.
You got it. Yep, exactly.
So, Ginny, tell me about this thing where you guys are talking about, the environment and sustainability and the thing you're planting trees. Tell me about this. It sounds interesting.
So my husband and I, which is David, though he's kind of listening in at this point, we started CPU 35 years ago, and we've always been very in tune with the environment. We do a lot of recycling. We do a lot of, every computer that we get back in, we make sure is recycled, disassembled, everything taken care of from a recycling standpoint. But it's been something that we've always been attuned to. And cloud is more green than having an on-premise server, so it is something that we enjoyed from our personal standpoint, from us being able to feel that we were helping the environment by offering cloud services to our partners and so forth. But being in business for 35 years and we're very successful, we wanted to come up with something to give back. So my husband and I actually, we've always been involved with the environment as far as animals and what's going on with their environments and the ecosystem of the world and so forth. So my husband, he raised animals in his home. It would be not allowed today, but he lived very close to a expressway system that was being built, and so animals, of course, would have issues, and they would take those animals and nurture them back to health and let them back go to the wild. And then my family, my dad was best friends with a game warden. I lived in a very rural area, and so when those animals, something would get hit by a car, or babies were left without their mothers, we would raise them as well and then release them also back into the wild. So we have a long history of helping the environment and animals and so forth. So we decided that when we wanted to come up with a program that we could offer to, again, help with the environment, we found One Tree Planted, which is who we have partnered with, and they, plant trees, on our behalf. We donate money to them basically to plant those trees. And that helps with the ecosystem of the area that they're planting in. One Tree Planted does plant all over the world. However, we do concentrate in the United States. So we've concentrated in the Appalachian Mountains, which is, highly, from all the different mining that they've done, has been, the animals and the trees have all been stripped. So it helps to bring that ecosystem back. We've also planted in California and Colorado, where the wildfires have taken away that ecosystem as well. So we've been concentrating in those areas to help, again, with the trees and the forests, and then everything that comes along with helping those trees and forests to grow and thrive in those environments.
Wow.
And it's something that we're very, passionate about, and we're very excited that we're doing this. Just a good social platform for us to be able to give back and help.
Very good. That's an amazing story. You know what? Let's bring David back in, even though if it's only by audio, because now I'm curious about his animal rescue things, and so David, if you could unmute yourself and jump back in.
Sure. Hi there.
There you go. So David, tell me a bit about these animals that you saw beside the highway, and they were obviously getting hit and hurt and so on. And you decided from way back when that you've got to do something about them. How was that experience like?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, actually, I had several sisters as well, and especially one of the sisters, we had a horse that we kept and rode and did all that, and then the other sister was very much into the animals as well. And when she would find something crawling along the side of the road, she'd bring it home, and that kind of started it. She used to work in pet stores, and I would work in the pet stores as well, and so we had all of that connection. And it just kind of grew. I mean, we ended up with over 100 animals at one point.
Wow.
Everything from a pet rat and a pet skunk and a pet raccoon and
Pet
a
skunk.
fox. Yeah, cleaned and ready to.
Yeah.
But when you rescue these animals, and they know they've been rescued and saved, they become these, and of course you treat them right, they become these very fun pets. I mean, the rat that I used to have would stay on my shoulder, and I'd walk around the house and he'd just stay on my shoulder, and we'd walk around the house and do things. And the
Wow.
skunk and the raccoon were there. But we ended up with so many animals that my dad and I had to build an extension off the garage to put them in, because they ended up in the basement, and my mom was not real happy that all of these animals were in the basement. So we built this whole extension off the garage that was, I think it was like 800 square feet or 900 square feet. And we put all the animals in there, and Mom was a little happier that they were all in that area.
I can tell you the visualization of this I have in my head is incredible. I would love if you could send us a picture of what that looked like.
I don't know if I have any pictures. Back then they just didn't have the cameras and stuff that we have now, so I don't know. But yeah, it was quite
Yeah.
a scene. There was barely enough room to walk. It was basically a long, thin building, and basically cages and stuff on both sides, and you kind of walk down the middle. That was kind of the view of it.
Brilliant. Well, wow. Well, first of all, let me just thank you on behalf of the animals, because I'm also an animal lover. So it's really great that people are doing this stuff. It's amazing what few people can do, and it seems that you had a social conscience before it became a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, well, I mean, we still do it today. We're still rescuing guinea pigs and some other
Wow.
animals that people say, hey, we don't want this anymore. Do you guys want it? And it's like, well, we have to take it. We don't even have a choice. So, Yeah, we've rescued about I think our last 4 or 5 guinea pigs have been rescues that we haven't bought from stores at all. We've rescued from other places. So
Wow.
yeah, we've been doing it for quite a while.
So computers, animal rescue, and planting trees.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
if everyone did what you did, imagine what the world would look like today.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Great
Yep.
example. So tell me just the tree planting thing, since this is something you've baked in now into your mission. Um, what happens and what triggers the planting of the tree?
So we, for every new contract that's signed, for every changed contract or updated contract, they renew on different terms. So those types of contracts, any new partner that we sign up, basically anything that is new or renewed, we will plant a tree for. So again, if a partner signs up a customer, we will plant a tree. If they renew a contract, we normally review them like on a yearly basis. We will plant a tree. If they, upgrade that server that they have in the cloud, we will plant a tree. I think you get the idea.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is so, one day we'll talk about the sustainability things that we do. We have something called Green My IT Day, right? And it
Yeah.
allows people to recycle products so you can build the sustainability and trying to get the channel involved in that. But I get it. Brilliant idea. It's great to see, companies in the business doing this. Computers do mix with social justice in a way. You just have to want it and then simply do it. So, Ginny and David, what's the best way for people to reach out? What's the website address for MSPs to learn more about what you guys do and get involved?
The best way is to go to our website. We have all of our contact information out there. It's www.cloudservicesformsps.com.
Can't be easier. Well, Ginny and David, it's been a pleasure. What an interesting conversation. And again, kudos for doing what you guys are doing. It's an awesome thing you're doing. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Julian.